across now to London to speak to our correspondent Benedict Pavio. So what came out of the American president's meeting with Rishi Sunak, Benedict?
Well, bonhomie and very good, to use a French word, entente. Smiles, handshakes, all of this despite, of course, since Friday, this announcement by Washington that the US would send cluster bombs to Ukraine, which is something that 24 hours later the British Prime Minister voiced concerns about because the UK, France and many other countries are signatories to this convention back in 2008, banning the use or indeed the production of cluster bombs. So despite that, it was interesting to see how both leaders were at pains to underline that great relationship between London and Washington. The US president saying that there was no closer friend and greater ally than the UK and Mr. Sunak, and Mr. Sunak saying that it was great to continue this conversation and talking about joint economic security and strengthening the relationship between the two countries, and very much talking about how important the NATO summit is and how much they will be cooperating in that. Of course, the two leaders will see each other again tomorrow in Vilnius. The American president will fly off this afternoon and Rishi Sunak will actually fly out tomorrow. So yes, a lot of real relationship firmness and strength being very much underlined by the two men.
And Benedict, a bit of pomp and ceremony is expected for the president's meeting with King Charles this afternoon.
Yes, some has actually already happened. So what was interesting is we saw the convoy of the US president that came by here, the London residence of the King, Buckingham Palace, the Beast. He was in that convoy with, of course, that car. And the pomp and circumstance has already begun happening in Windsor because the US president arrived and then was given a royal salute by the Welsh Guards who played the US national anthem. Then it will be time for tea between the King and the US President. And I gather that they are meeting with financiers and philanthropists who've been taking part in the mobilization, greater mobilization of finance to do with climate change. So they've been hearing about a forum that has been held this morning. But make no mistake, and this is for developing countries, I should underline, transitioning to renewable energy. But make no mistake, this is soft power, the British style, and very much not just a personal invitation from the head of state of the United Kingdom, King Charles, but actually very much wanted and on the advice of the British government. So we know the two men will discuss climate change and that it's a very important subject for both of them. They've shown that in various statements they've made before.